Again, it's reducing toxins within your system as much as possible, putting in nourishing foods and hydrating to the best of your abilities. Now, some of that can take a lot of time, and as far as expense, can be quite expensive, because we recognize that fruits and vegetables are actually sometimes becoming more expensive in your culture than meat products are, which is absolutely should be very telling to you. We will just step into a bit of the political sphere here. Question that. Why is something that is so good for you becoming so expensive, and something that isn't becoming less expensive? And that is really because the sicker you are as a human race, the more easily you are able to be controlled, the more you're focusing your energy on sickness versus promoting health and wellness. So they are creating this they're creating this energetic shift within your culture, that they're almost making it more and more difficult to do anything but rely on medications to solve these. But within your system, the medications are full of toxins and side effects too, that do nothing but put a band-aid on the issue. So you really do need to try to, again, grow your own food if you can't afford to buy it in the stores. Drink water that is clean as possible. But we'll loop back to the fact of using your mind's eye and energy sources too, because that is a long game to stay on top of your diet. So when you're eating, whatever it is you're eating, bless your food. Think about it as an energy source, because it is. If it's not the most healthy thing, if you're not able to access that, bless your food and ask that it be activated to be the most healthy thing, and that only the good parts of it are received by your body and everything else is eliminated. So again, using your own mind's eye to change the food sources to be what you need them to be is also very helpful.
Oh, thank you for that. Could you tell me which companies look like they are not so great? Which vitamin companies are not trustworthy?
We're letting her know there's way more that are not trustworthy than trustworthy. So the list would be probably better asked the opposite way.
Okay.
So are you looking for a name then of companies that you could trust?
Yes. Just one that we could trust.
So we're telling her pure encapsulations, but again, she's getting in her own way. And so this is me now, everyone, saying what they're showing me in my head is a bottle that's white that has blue writing on it. So if you go on a website and look at pure encapsulations, make sure that aligns with that look, because I'm seeing white bottling with blue writing, and they're telling me the name Pure Encapsulations, but I just want to share that so that hopefully they both align.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, what about Solgar?
They're telling me that that's on the higher end of good.
So it is good?
It's not the best, but
okay.
It is not the worst.
Not like Pure Encapsulations.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Again, that no one really owns you. You are the creators and the healers of your own selves. And so that's the important thing to remember, is that you don't need to go see someone else to be healed. You can heal yourself. But what they do recognize is when you're so depleted of energy and you feel so sick, you're so lethargic, you aren't thinking that you can heal yourself. You don't have the energy to do that. So the sicker these individuals can make you, the more naturally dependent you become on what they have to offer. So it really is important, again, for all of you every day to try to ground yourself, to protect yourself, to fuel yourself with what you can that feeds your soul and your body in the naturalist, most pure sense, so that you don't get into the position of needing to rely on these individuals and what they have to offer. And that means staying away oftentimes from what they're showing you is good in the first place. So staying away from that fast food, staying away from alcohol. This may not, resonate with everyone in this room, but decreasing your animal product intake. There really isn't a great benefit to that. You don't need to eat animal protein to be healthy. And so reducing that consumption in order to keep yourselves healthy, so you don't ever feel that you need to rely on what they have to offer to solve the sickness is really the best path forward.
If you eat animals, is there ever a sense of karma?
What you're going to find as far as the sense of karma is when you cross over to the other side and review your life, you'll have a better understanding of sort of your ambivalence and disregard for animal welfare, because you will be able to see more clearly the struggles that they went through and how you played into that by eating that specific animal product. Now, there are a lot of empathic individuals in this room who feel things deeply, and even just eating an animal product from an animal who hasn't been treated well, it affects your energetic chemistry. And so you may not recognize it immediately, but just eating that, you internalize some of the fear, some of the sadness that went along with that. Some individuals naturally just start to feel sad or angry or not quite themselves, and they're not always making a link that it has to do with eating these meat products, but you are energetically ingesting an energy of that animal, because this was a living product that had a soul of its own. Just like when you ingest a vegetable, a fruit, it has an energetic property of its own as well. It has its own beautiful energy. It's so different than the way that the animal products are. So it's not such a karmic relationship, but it is an energetic relationship.
What about the use of seaweed? I know through this subject, you've talked about seaweed before.
Seaweed is an incredibly beneficial food source. It has great enzymes. It has prebiotics and probiotics, so lots of good things for your gut. But again, you really want to be thoughtful of where you're getting your seaweed from. There's something even called like seaweed snacks that we see you have, but just make sure they're not full of like bad oils or high sodium. So again, it's just being thoughtful with your choices. If you can get your hands on things in their purest form, that's the best way. But seaweed is incredibly beneficial as far as your gut biome and promoting vitamin intake and balancing that sort of like the biotics within your system.
Well, I was wondering for menopause or for women in general, or men too. Like, does there a benefit? Like some people say soy is this correct or not correct?
If you're looking for a supplement related to the sea, we would actually recommend spirulina as being incredibly helpful. But again, you want to make sure you're sourcing that from the right place, that it doesn't have a high proliferance of things like iodine, and it doesn't have any added substance to it. So we're seeing in the subject is excited about this because she loves Hawaii. There's a Hawaiian brand of spirulina that really the company takes a lot of care to ensure is pure. So that would be one. If you're looking, like we said, for a sea-based supplement, spirulina would probably be the best
Could
choice.
you tell me the name of this company that looks good?
Hawaiian brand.
Okay, thank you for that. Is there a fountain of youth, a body of water that when you bathe in it or you drink it, it actually does give you your youth back or have some healing properties that we're not aware of?
Yeah, if you think it does. if you want it, you can make it happen.
No, but is there one that's like more beneficial than others that actually would help a lot more to bathe in?
So I think what we would like to share with you, that probably the most beneficial for your skin as human beings, is anything with that salt water content in it. It is a natural exfoliant, so it takes away your dead skin cells very naturally. Salt water actually is very cleansing as far as your energetic fields. And if we are quite honest with you, the aging process has a lot more to do with the stressors that you have in your life, that you carry and that you hold on to, than it does almost with your number on your birth date. So again, it's just releasing, trying to worry less, stress less. But as far as finding a specific body source of water within the world that we could tell you to go to and that you would find miraculous properties from, no, that doesn't really exist. But you all have the ability to change the vibration of your water. And we've talked about this with this subject and with Sarah before, that you can take your water out of your tap that may be laden with fluoride and chlorine, and you can change that. So all you have to do is set an intention for that water, that you want it to be pure, that you want it to be clean, that you are drinking love or you're drinking vibrancy, whatever your intention is, that you're drinking the fountain of youth. Imbue that intention in that water and you can change it. The water wants to work with you. And so setting that intention is all you need to do to get the properties that you're so desiring. But you can drink as much water as you want. And if you go out into the world and you bring home and hold on to the stressors of your life, you're not going to see what you want to as far as your skin reacting to become this more youthful appearance. You have to release that negativity, the worry, the heaviness. That's really important to let go of as well. And those two things in conjunction would be really helpful for tapping into the fountain of youth.
Okay, but like even like the supplement spirulina, I mean, that seems to help humans more. So like, is there, you know, and like the cancer fighting remedy, like it does seem to work, like with these mushrooms, like is there something that like a body of water that actually has like more of these live properties that would help people?
So if we look back even to previous earlier discussions today, like water in Antarctica that has been frozen and has not had the
No,
same
accessible water.
okay. Okay, accessible. Okay. Oh, they're laughing with all of you right now. They're honestly saying, "Can you get a load of these guys?" That's what they just said on the other. Can you get a load of these guys? They just want the easy answers.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying to each other. Okay. They're saying go to moving water, nothing that's stagnant, always moving. Don't go to a creek bed that is, essentially, it needs movement. So if you can find a water source that looks somewhat clear and is moving, it has naturally cold properties to it. They say taking that water, they're not suggesting you drink it unless you have a filter there with you. Obviously, like, be smart, but just taking that water and putting your feet in it, splashing it on your face, that there are properties that we hear they're saying that you're looking for in there. But again, it's not going to be this miraculous overnight change. The subject here loves the movie Death Becomes Her. There's a point in that movie where they drink this elixir and like the whole body immediately just perks up and becomes youthful. Standing in this water, that's not going to happen. It's a somewhat of a gradual shift, but they're saying you can exponentially make it happen by doing three things at once. So you're thinking about what you want. So you're seeing in your mind's eye what it is you're wanting to look like. And they said you don't all want the same things. Some of you want to perk your butt. Some of you want less wrinkles around your eyes. So what it is for you, you're seeing that in your mind's eye. You're stepping into the water or you're splashing it on your face and you're connecting with the water and asking for that water to work with you to bring that vision forward. So by doing those three things, you'll be able to exponentially increase the power of connecting with that water source.
What about the water, the stream right here? Like, can they do it here?
They're like, if it's all of those things that we just said, if it's moving, if it's fresh water, it looks clear, then
Mhm.
absolutely. And if it is Sarah, they're saying take this group out.
Mm.
If you could go, and they recognize that not everyone's going to have the time, that some of you do have to get on flights or in your cars and get home, but for those of you that have the time and could go together, by collectively sharing your energy and all wanting the same thing to happen, now you're even further exponentially increasing that energetic
Cool.
source.
The cancer fighting cure that was given to me through a subject, does this work or does this not work?
It does work. There's a lot of beneficial properties to what you put forth. We encourage you to continue to share that with each and every group that you interact with. Now, also, as we said before, there is intention behind this as well. So you can drink the most pure water, the best spirulina drink you have. But if you inside are just not opening yourself up, you're closed off, you're harboring anger, resentment, you're going to have a hard time allowing the energy of anything to connect with you in the way that would be most beneficial. So when you drink anything, again, try to release all of those other blockages within yourself and invite the beautiful properties that are so healing and abundant in some of these um, supplements, potions, these teas. Allow it to be invited into a vessel that is open to receiving it.